Well, hello Rockhounding, Lapidary lovers. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. And today, what am I tumbling? Well, we're going to find out what's going on in that big 12-pound barrel back there. That's the one that I keep in rough all the time. I empty it out every week or two and pick through the rocks, figure out which ones are ready to go on to the next grit, which ones aren't. And I fill the drum back up with more rocks that need rough tumbling, put in more grit, and get it going again. So it is time to clean out that barrel again. And if you've watched this before, I think you're going to be amazed at what we've got in there this time. We've got some special rocks in there this time that you haven't seen in previous videos. I snuck a few in a couple of days into this run because I had some rocks that I really wanted to get through rough. So I threw them in there after I had already started this in the last video where I cleaned it out. So you're going to see some stuff there that you haven't seen before, and I think they're going to be pretty. So let me get that dumped out. We'll rinse the rocks off, and I'll meet you over under the lab lights to get a good close look at them. We'll sort them out, and we'll see how my special project rocks are doing. All right, as per usual, I'm going to sort through these rocks. The ones that don't look like they're ready to go on to medium grit can go right back in the tumbler. The ones that do, I'm going to throw in this bucket full of water to keep them wet until I can get them in the ultrasonic tank. And once got them all sorted, we'll find some more rocks to put in here to fill up the tumbler, and we'll get it restarted with rough grit. And we'll set these aside until I have a tumbler available to do medium grit. So let me zoom in on the rocks and we'll get started sorting. I see a couple of my special project rocks near the top there. I think you'll find this interesting. All right, so what do we got here? We're right on top. We got a little agate nodule here. This I found in like a bargain bin in a rock shop in South Dakota on our all-day rock and fossil shop crawl through South Dakota. I'll put a link to that video in the upper right. It was a great time. We all had a lot of fun. We all left with tonnage. Anyway, this was a nodule. They had cracked it, and you could see that there was agate inside it, but it was pretty rough. So I hit it with my flat lap. So I put it on my flat lap and smoothed it out, exposed some more agate that you couldn't see, rounded the edges, and I threw it in the tumbler in rough. And I'll tell you what, this nodule, it was just pretty much all this color right here, this tan color. And as it's tumbled, we've got some interesting colors in the nodule here. I was hoping, there might be a little bit more agate showing right there, but not very much. But I'll tell you what, this thing has gotten super smooth in a very short time, because these agates haven't been in here for very long, but they have gotten very smooth. I would say this is ready to move on to medium grit already, so it's going in the bucket. And here's another one. Look at that. Look at that. Is that pretty or what? But there's more. It goes on. And it goes on. Yeah, there's a lot of agate here. It's another nodule. Again, found it at a rock shop. Bought it really cheap. You could just see a little bit of this. And well, again, I used my flat lap to expose more and more of it around the edges. And this is what we've got so far. This one I don't think is quite ready. It's very rough over here. I think this needs to tumble a little while longer in rough grit. And who knows, maybe even some more agate will be exposed, because I think the tumbling has exposed more than was there the last time I saw it. So we'll put this back in the big drum and let it tumble some more. Speaking of agate, got some nice agate here, nice transparent. Got some nice bands in it. This has been in rough a long time, and it's just starting to feel smooth. Still roughed in through here. I think it needs to go a little while longer, but it's almost there. And that's good, because this has been going for a long time, like I said. We keep this stuff wet. Some very, very colorful, big chunk of Dobell Ranch petrified wood. Look at the colors in that. I do hope they are showing up. My goodness, the colors. Oh, and it's starting to rain, so you might hear the drops hitting the roof. Is this ready to move on? I would say close, but no cigar. This is one of the bigger rocks I've tumbled in here, so it's It's taking its time, but boy, that's going to be gorgeous when it's done. But I think we're going to throw it back in for a little while longer. Here's a strange rock I found in Wyoming. I'm not sure what it is, although I heard somebody talking about a stone like this in a video recently, but I can't remember what they called it. I'll have to research that. If I remember, I'll put a caption up saying what it might be. If you agree or disagree, leave a comment, or if you know what it is, leave a comment. But this is coming out very, very nicely. Look at the colors in there, and the patterns and the textures. So, but it needs to go a little while longer. Here's a nice piece of, I don't know whether this is multicolored banded jasper, multicolored banded chert, or bordering on banded iron. I don't know. It's got a little bit of everything going for it. It's got a few hematite bands, so I guess it could be banded iron, but I've seen just jasper with hematite too, so I don't know. This, I would say, is ready to move on. So we'll put that in the bucket. Some Dobell Ranch petrified wood. Very pretty along this side. You know, I should have cut this part off. That's going to take forever to tumble away. That is definitely not ready to go. You know what? I'm going to set this aside and think about just taking my lapidary saw to it and lopping off this ugly portion over here and then throwing it back in and letting it tumble. So I think that'll get it done a lot quicker. Set that aside. What do we got right here? We got some banded iron. Oh yeah, way cool banded iron. Oh, that's so smooth. This has been in here a while. Yeah, I would say, well, it's a rough spot right there. Is that going to tumble out? Probably not. I would say on the whole that is ready to go. There's one rough spot, but that's pretty deep. I don't want to tumble this until that's gone because the rock will be significantly smaller. For one spot, yeah, we'll let it go forward. Green moss agate. Oh, look, we even got a little bit of fortifications in it. That's cool. This is super smooth, super rounded, ready to move on. Here's another piece of it. This one's not so smooth. This needs to tumble some more. Another piece of it definitely needs to tumble some more. Let's see this one here. Oh, this one's nice and smooth, except for right there. You know what? I'm going to throw that back in the tumbler and let it go for a little while longer. This agate's some of the hardest stuff in there. I'm not too worried about it getting too small. Yeah, again, we've got some nice banding in there. We've also got a rough spot, so I'm going to tumble that some more. Big chunk of banded iron. Another piece of banded iron. Ooh, so smooth in most places. It's got this big fissure. It's never going to clean up. It's got one rough spot back in here. I'm afraid if I tumble it any longer, it might just break along that fissure, though. I think I'm going to move it forward, and we'll see what we get. Some nice wookite. This is pretty good. Got a rough spot here, but again, that is never going to tumble out. Other than that, that's pretty good. We're going to move that one forward. Here's the other half of that agate nodule. It's kind of dirty down here. The rinse water didn't get there. Yeah, here's the other half. You can see the banding in it. And this one, you know what? This one is not as smooth as the other half. I think we're going to tumble this one a little while longer. And I think, yeah, the tumbling, I think, has definitely brought out a bit more of the agate. Very, very colorful something. I would say probably banded iron. It's very heavy rock. It's a very heavy rock. It's very colorful. Got lots of bands of multicolored jasper in it. I see a lot of hematite in it. Not quite smooth enough to move on, so we'll put that back in the tumbler drum. Some Wyoming jasper agate I found. Chunk of it. That needs to tumble some more. Ooh, look at this agate. Yeah. This is a nice slice off of a beautiful piece of agate. It's very close, but I think it needs to tumble a little while longer. Let's see, we got some petrified wood. That needs to tumble some more. Some more petrified wood. That needs to tumble some more. Oh, here we go. Some more Dobell Ranch petrified wood here. Almost looks like an arrowhead, but that's ready to go. That is super smooth. Yeah, super smooth. Here's that funky, half of that funky, or a quarter of it anyway, that funky polka dotted rock I found hunting in Arizona. I still don't know what this rock is. That's some deep pits. Are those pits ever going to go away? Probably not. Probably not. I guess we'll have to move it forward. Hopefully the ultrasonic bath will get everything out of those pits. And it'll take a nice shine in the next stages. Oh yeah. More Dobell Ranch, petrified wood. Beautiful. That's ready to go. Let's see, some more green moss agate. Not ready. That needs to tumble some more. Ooh, look at the banding in there in the moss. Wow. Another big chunk of agate here. This again is not quite ready. Not quite, but it's getting there. It's getting there. So it can tumble some more. Some more Dobell Ranch petrified wood. It's another one I probably should have cut on before I tried tumbling it. But it's coming along, so we'll tumble it some more. Another piece. This one is much nicer. But I think, again, it just needs to tumble a little bit more. This looks like banded Jasper. Lots of browns and yellows and tans. That is very smooth. That's ready to go on. Another piece of the Dobell Ranch petrified wood. This one, this definitely needs to tumble longer. It may break up. This is a big piece of chert I found on my own property in Arizona. It's been in here a while, but it's coming along. It's definitely coming along. I don't think it's quite ready, but it might be next time. So we'll tumble that some more. Another chunk of agate. This is an end cut. This is never going to clean up on this side. These pits and cracks are just too deep, but ooh, it's pretty, very mossy there. This side's cleaning up pretty well, but I think it's got a little ways to go yet. So that one, go back in the drum. Okay, here's another little special project. Some more agate, another agate nodule. I decided to just try tumbling the nodules and see what happens. And I am pleasantly surprised with how smooth the nodules got, how quickly they got smooth, and the colors that came out. Look at the yellows in that. That's crazy. That was all just uniform tan and lumpy, bumpy, nasty. Now it's all super smooth, except for there. And back here. I guess it needs to tumble a little while longer. Maybe more agate will come out of it. More Dobell Ranch petrified wood. This one's almost ready, but not quite. Ooh, another agate. This one I found in Wyoming, rockhounding. The other half of it has been through rough and has moved on. So this half is in rough now. This half is not quite ready. This one needs more rough. Let's see. Some more chert from my own property. Kind of cool looking. Coming along, not quite ready. This rock is another mystery rock I found in Wyoming. I have no clue what it is. The more I look at it, the more I think it might be like a knot of petrified wood. I am not certain though. Leave a comment, leave an opinion. It was very rough when I started tumbling it, but it's getting very smooth. It's not quite there yet. Almost, but not quite yet. So we're going to tumble that again. Maybe next week it'll be ready. Some Arizona petrified wood, again from my own property this time. This piece, I just keep throwing it back in the tumbler because parts of it just never get smooth. It's not getting smooth back here. That's all cracked. Not getting smooth up here. It's not getting smooth in this concave area, but other areas, this butterscotch area, is really super smooth. Well, we'll just keep tumbling it. Hopefully won't tumble it away to nothing. Some more Arizona petrified wood. I found this hiking. It's got amazing colors in it. They're a little more subtle, though. This one needs to tumble a little while longer. That's some Dobell Ranch petrified wood. Look at the colors in that. Holy moly. Yeah, it's gotten very dark with the rain, so I hope you can see that. But yeah, that is amazing. Not quite ready, almost. Let's see, some brecciated Jasper. I keep throwing back in because of this corner over here. That's one I should probably cut and then continue tumbling. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll just cut off this broken edge, round it over a bit with my flat lap, and then throw it back in to continue tumbling. Mystery rock. Don't know what it is. Don't know where I got it. Got lots of colors. Pretty. Probably came from Wyoming, I imagine. Found a lot of rocks in Wyoming to bring home and tumble. Looks like banded Jasper with just about every color in the rainbow in there. This one needs to tumble some more, but it's getting close. Nice piece of rainbow petrified wood from the Dobell Ranch, Arizona. This side over here needs to tumble a little while longer. Here's the other part of my polka dot rock. Yeah, I moved the other half forward. I guess I should move this half forward too, because it's got the same problem. It's got really deep pits that aren't going to tumble out unless I tumble a stone to nothing. So we'll move that forward. Let's zoom in a little bit now that we got fewer rocks in here. Let's see here. That's some petrified wood. That's ready to go forward. Ooh, look at the colors on that. Wow. That is a nice piece of petrified wood. Ooh, and the end grain, very cool. I think it needs to tumble just a little while longer all through here. That's another one I probably should have operated on before I decided to try to tumble it. This is some kind of mystery rock. Again, like the last one. Looks like the same stuff. Banded Jasper. Maybe verging on banded iron. I don't know. I see a little hematite in there. Lots of colors. Very heavy. There's probably some iron in it. This one I think is ready. It's very smooth. We'll move that one forward. Another mystery rock. Found this one in Wyoming. I remember it. Got very, very tight red and black banding in it. Don't know what it is. It's very light, so I don't think it's banded iron. Still got a few rough spots, so we're going to tumble that some more. Another of the green moss agates. This one's very smooth. This one's ready to move forward. And here's another one. Ooh, look at that pattern. Wow, I hope that's showing up. That one needs to tumble a little more. And here's another one. This one's ready to move on. This looks like petrified wood. I would say that is ready to move on. Oh, yeah. Oh, this looks like a piece that split off of one of my agate nodules. Huh. I didn't even notice that it happened. So when it tumbled, it broke and split off. Well, there's some good stuff there, and I see some more stuff coming out of hiding here, and it's still a little rough, so we'll just tumble that some more and see what kind of goodness we get out of it. Let's see, some more of that purple and red jasper agate with the snaky piece of chalcedony running through it. Oh, it's so close, but I think I'm going to tumble it for a little while. Ooh, look at that, I got red fortifications down here on the tip of it. Wow, very cool. But I think it needs to tumble just a little while longer. Let's see, some more petrified wood needs to tumble longer. Oh, this petrified wood definitely needs to tumble longer. Ugh, I don't know about this one. I don't even know if surgery is going to help with that one. I don't think. I'm going to pull that one out. I've gotten to the point where I'm not wasting a lot of tumbling time on rocks that I don't think I can do anything with. I'll either pull them out and see if I can modify them, like these, or just pull them out entirely. This one's looking pretty sad. It must have shattered while it was in there. Some of these little pieces may have come off of it. Yeah, here's a piece of petrified wood. So close, but not quite. Yeah, another piece of mystery rock from Wyoming. Again, it looks like it's banded jasper. Close, but no cigar. Petrified wood. That one's ready. Petrified wood. Needs a tumble. Petrified wood. This may have broken off of here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's going to tumble. We'll pull that one out too. Nice little piece of banded iron here. That's pretty. It's small, but it's pretty. It's also very smooth. I'm going to move that one forward. Banded iron or banded jasper. Very smooth. Going to move it forward. The rest of this stuff is really too small to worry about. Some of them are pretty smooth. I think what I will do is I will just move this stuff forward with these rocks that are going forward and use it as tumbling media. So I will dump it in the bucket. So I don't want tumbling media with the stuff I'm roughing over here, because that just slows down the process of smoothing out the rocks. We don't want any tumbling media in there. So let me get the rocks in the bucket here in the ultrasonic cleaner and get them cleaning. And then while that's happening, we'll find some more rocks to throw in this tumbler to fill it up, and we'll get it going again. All right, here's the rocks I propose to put in the tumbler. I don't know if they'll all fit, but yeah, these are the ones I'm going to put in the tumbler. You can see right off I want to tumble that one. Yeah, so we'll see what we get out of that. Here's another piece of it. I had one big rock with this funky jasper. It's very waxy. Interesting colors. So I cut it up into smaller pieces, and I'm going to tumble the pieces. I got some red jasper from my buddy Jim. This stuff, well, some of it tumbles pretty good and some of it doesn't. These pieces that I selected look to be a little less broken up than some. So hopefully they will tumble good. A lot of these rocks I'm putting in here are very rough and angular. They're going to take a while to smooth out, but that's okay. They can. Got some agate here, a couple of scrap slices of agate. I was cutting a big nodule up. Another couple pieces of scrap agate. Might come out pretty. It's got some faint banding in it. We'll see how that tumbles out. Some more petrified wood over here. Petrified wood, petrified wood, petrified wood. Got some banded iron. A fairly big chunk of banded iron, but this one's pretty well rounded. I think this one got river tumbled a little bit. So this one might work okay. This one here is another piece of, where is it? Down here in this bucket. It's the same piece from this. It came from the same rock as this one here. So it's got the same brecciated pattern in it, which is very cool. So this is going to take a while to tumble smooth if it ever does, but we'll let it go. And then another piece of banded iron here. Got some nice colors in it. So that filled up the tumbler pretty well. I mean, it could be a little fuller, but I think with the weather bearing down on me, that's about as good as we're going to get this week. So let me get some water and grit in there and get it spinning again. Okay, the rain is really starting to come down here. Thunder's getting closer. My lab is outdoors, so I'm under a carport, but really, I think with thunderstorms coming, we're probably going to have maybe horizontal rain here shortly, so get this done. Some 60 grit in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's how many I normally put in one of these. Get her sealed up and get her spinning. Then I will run for the house and come out tomorrow and deal with this stuff. It's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow. And I don't have to work all day, so that's great. Only part of the day. I can come out and deal with these rocks, get them cleaned up, and get a close look at them when they are clean. All right, see you in the morning. All right, it's the next day. The rain is over with, and boy, did it rain. Yes, I was right. There was horizontal rain coming right in here. It was bad, and there was a lot of rain. This whole area I'm standing in now was flooded. It's actually late the next afternoon. The water's gone down. Unfortunately, it did show that I've got some leaks in the roof of my workshop here, next door to my carport where I'm working. I've got a workshop, and the roof leaking. The roof is leaking pretty bad, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Of course, it doesn't rain like that every day, but still, that was a bad leak. All right, so I've got the ultrasonic tank out. I've got the rocks that we decided are going to move on to medium grit. I got about a little more than half of them probably in the ultrasonic tank. Don't want to overload it too much. Got a little bit of Dawn dishwashing liquid here. Let me zoom in so you can see the action that goes on. Pardon me for the jerkiness. When I turn the ultrasonic on. Watch this. Look at the mud coming out of the cracks and pits in the rocks. That's what the ultrasonic does for you. And people ask me, does this thing have a heater in it? No, it doesn't have a heater. It's just a simple basic unit. This is a used Branson unit. Let me give you a better view of it. A very well-used basic Branson unit. It does not have a built-in heater. It doesn't have anything. It's got a mechanical timer, which I set for 45 minutes. And we'll just let this first batch of rocks go through, and then the rest of the rocks in the bucket can go through. And I don't have a tumbler ready for medium grit right now, so we will just store these in a clean container until I do have one that's ready. But yeah, get yourself an ultrasonic cleaner and use it on your rocks between stages. You will be amazed at how clean this gets your rocks. All right, so we're just going to let this go for now and get these rocks good and clean. All right, so here's all the rocks that are moving ahead after their ultrasonic bath. They're nice and clean and dry. They're not quite as pretty dry as they were wet, are they? But some of them are still kind of pretty. And I'm hoping that I can get them all the way through polish, and they'll be as pretty again when they're dry as they were when they're wet. So, okay, I just got to package these up and store them until I have a tumbler ready that I can put them in. All right, got a container for them. Get it up to medium. So when there's a tumbler available for medium grit, they're going in it. All right, well, I hope you found this episode of What Am I Tumbling Today interesting, educational, informative, inspirational, whatever. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see my future videos. There will be more, not just on tumbling, but on other stuff too. Lots of stuff happening on this channel, so subscribe to see those future videos. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching this one. Bye.